This is mine. Let go. Let go of everything. Let go!
Thousands of enemies. You're the only one who made me forget.
I'm the top floor, smoking on dope. Feeling like two and not vision alone. Rocking out all white, feel like the Pope. Burning this bitch, I'm feeling
Yo, welcome back, volunteer family. This is Vol Core, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Dalton Knecht in a shooting slump. He seems to be in a really bad shooting slump, and he hasn't really gotten out of it at all. He hasn't shot good at all whatsoever. It's just been brick after brick. I mean, we could be building the Eiffel Tower out here. Eiffel Tower. I mean, hopefully he can shoot out of it, and we're going to get into this and go into some stats on how he's been doing the last few games. So stay tuned, because this is going to be a good one. Okay, so the first thing I want to go into is, the last 5 games, he scored 2 points in one game. He had 8 points against Ole Miss, and he only had I think it was 6 points against NC State. So it's really not been great. The only good game he had was against Norfolk State, which was really just, Norfolk State's not that good. They're just not that good. So from what I'm hearing behind the scenes, Rick Barnes is telling Dalton Knecht to be more aggressive with the basketball. What happens when Dalton Knecht is aggressive? He scores 37 points, and it's really fun to watch when he's aggressive. But I think what's happening is he's going up against more solid opponents. He's going up against more solid teams, and he's beginning to become a little scared and a little hesitant, because I think he's starting to realize that he has to be more precise, and it's really getting in his head. So hopefully Rick Barnes can kind of get that mentality out of him and get the mentality of, I'm going to go play my game. I'm going to go out there and be myself. I'm not going to try to play like a different player. I'm just going to play my game. And I think it's a really important thing for this basketball team, because long story short, if Dalton Knecht doesn't play good in March Madness, we are not going very far. We're not going to go to the Sweet 16 again if Dalton Knecht does not put up some points. And it's really been hideous. He kind of just stands around, it seems like. When he gets the ball, he just instantly passes out and doesn't really do anything with it. I haven't seen him drive too much. He did have that really good putback and on that lob pass against Ole Miss, which was really cool to see. But other than that, there really hasn't been too many, it factor plays with Dalton Knecht, and it seems like he's not the same player that he was at when he played Michigan State. And it's honestly really scary, because it's gone from, he's just having a shooting slump, to now people are starting to think, could Dalton Knecht's success have just been short-term flash-in-the-pan success? Because now defenses are starting to realize how you can defend Dalton Knecht, and they're starting to scheme him up really well, and I don't know if he's able to adjust to that. When he played in the Big Sky, teams weren't able to adjust to him, so he never had to make any adjustments. But now he's going to have to make some adjustments, and he's going to have to play through these zones that they're throwing at him, because it is really not working. Every time he tries to drive the ball, they swat at it, and it ends up just either being a turnover, a bad drive. Sometimes he does get fouls, but he really just overall has not been Dalton Knecht. He hasn't been hitting his threes at the accuracy that Tennessee fans expect. He hasn't been hitting shots at the accuracy. He hasn't been putting up points at the amount that Tennessee would expect. So it's a really interesting situation. Do I think he will get out of it? I do think with Dalton Knecht's sheer talent, he will be able to pull himself out of it. I just think it's going to take him a while to adjust to this shooting slump and this SEC caliber defenses that he's playing. It's going to take a while. It's going to take some emphasizing to kind of figure this thing out, because he hasn't seen this before, and that's why he's doing it. Because he hasn't ever had to change his game, and he hasn't ever had to adjust to a game. Because all he's known his whole career is just score, 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 and nobody can stop me. Well, now he's going up against top 10 competition, and people are stopping him. That's just putting it blunt. People are stopping him. So the big thing is, the talent's there, but will he be able to adjust and to change his game and to counter what SEC defenses are throwing at him? Because that's what it takes to be an SEC caliber player, adjusting to defenses and adjusting on defense as well. He is getting better at defense, but it really is kind of a not necessarily sad thing to watch him on defense, but it's not a necessarily pretty thing either. I think he definitely has a lot of improving to do on defense. So that another thing I want to talk about when it comes to Dalton Knecht is what could another potential problem be Rick Barnes practicing him so hard that he's worn out and he's not been able to focus on his shooting lately? Could it be something just really freak like that, like a freak thing? You know, I don't really have anything else, because if you look, his points: Tennessee Tech 17, Wisconsin 24, Wofford 18, Syracuse 17, Purdue 16, Kansas 13, UNC 37, legendary game, George Mason 10, Illinois 21, and then all of a sudden, Georgia Southern 7, NC State 2, Tarleton State 6, Norfolk State 15, Ole Miss 8. What is causing this? This isn't like a gradual decrease. He went from 21 to 7 to 2 to 6 to 15 to 8. This isn't a slow thing that we saw coming. This was almost instant. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And one thing I've noticed is when he catches the ball in transition, he doesn't try to drive, he doesn't try to shoot, and he was so good when he shot his fadeaway shot. So why is he not shooting it anymore? Is it because defenses have figured out how to defend it? Is it because Dalton Knecht has forgotten how to do it? Obviously that's not true, but I'm out of ideas. I'm genuinely confused and disappointed in the way that he's performed lately. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense how a player can go from being so elite to so middle of the line in one game, and it just completely flip a switch. I'm praying he turns it on against Mississippi State today. I'm praying for it. I hope it happens. I'm starting to believe it won't happen. I'll be honest. I'm starting to wonder if he's going to make it out of this shooting slump, or will he just become a flash in the pan, and that one guy that was elite for a couple games, and now he's just a middle of the line guy that sometimes can start. With the way he's playing, he doesn't deserve to be starting. Nobody who scores 2 points in 19 minutes deserves to be starting. 22 minutes, 6 points doesn't deserve to be starting. 19 minutes, 8 points doesn't really deserve to be starting unless with the amount of shots that he took. I mean, it's really disappointing. So I'm really out of ideas, guys. I would just continue to monitor it very closely. The hope level for Dalton Knecht goes down every single game, and it's really sad to see it kind of vanish away. Hopefully, he turns back into the player we saw against Wisconsin, and the player we saw against Purdue, and Kansas, and North Carolina, and Illinois. And I think, most likely, on the realistic side of things, he will. But it's really hard to believe that when every single game, it just doesn't happen. So that's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the game today. It's It's going to be a close one. You better tune in because Mississippi State is not playing around. Check out the video before to see my preview on Mississippi State. And last but not least, go big.